What's up, everybody? Hello, peoples. What's going on? What the hell are you saying? I'm a one, yeah, mean one-handed guitar playing. That is exactly right. I am a one-man band. All of that you've heard was recorded in one take. What's up, you guys? Hello, Fallen. Hello, Gray. What's going on, Mulligan? Hey, Mike. What's up, Royx? How are you? Chrono. Mulligan, what's up? Why was chat cleared? Is there a reason the chat was cleared by a moderator? Hey, Fallen. Demiser, is there something I need to know about why chat was cleared earlier on? No. Really? What's up, VPZ? How you doing, man? I came in and said first. Wait a minute. Did Demiser clear chat just so that he could say he was first? Because I totally think that's logical. I can totally see Demiser doing that. That is absolutely what happened. Yeah. I could have called that from a mile off. Oh, man. Demiser, you're so predictable, dude. I could have totally seen him doing that. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to tonight. Last night was I was tired. Tonight I have some more energy. This is the beginning of my school streaming schedule where I'm going to be streaming Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. Thursday night is going to be Baldur's Gate with the guys. I don't know who exactly is hosting that yet, but Thursday night will be Baldur's Gate 2, and then Friday night will be back to Coder. I realize that I have 65 hours into Coder 2 thus far, and I've gotten to Dantooine, so I'm having a great time with this game, but I'm also looking forward to getting through it and being finished with it and moving on to some of the DLCs. Like I said, I'll be doing DLCs for a week and then moving on after that to probably a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic 2, maybe for a night, and then getting into either Skyrim or Assassin's Creed Revelations. So, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good stuff, but so... Oh, yes, Demiser. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I didn't have my setup at the time, so it was an earlier version of me, a less audio quality version of me at the time. So, but we'll see. This next one, this album that we're going to be going in October next month to record, hopefully we'll have some better ones. I'm happy with 4 out of the 5 songs. We have scratch tracks recorded that we're sending down to our drummer down here, and I'm happy with 4 out of the 5 of them. The 5th one is still kind of a work in progress. So that's the one we have the most work to do on. But the other 4, I feel, are in pretty good shape. So, yeah. So, yes. And the other thing, of course, that I want to mention, as always, is this, Icarus. I have had a chance today. I talked to the guy who's running my Kickstarter, who spoke to Matt Slay, the artist, who is at Baltimore Comic-Con. They handed out a ton of these cards, apparently got a very good response to the project. And evidently, Matt has already got... the opening, the prologue, which I read to you on stream, is mostly storyboarded. I'm going to be seeing it soon, which I'm very excited to see. And then he's plotting out the whole rest of it as well. So I'm going to start seeing some storyboards, and I might even be able to put up a couple of early pics from this, which is really cool. And the other bit of news is that I talked to our good friend, KL Sotobo, who is working on the game version of this, and he is starting to work on a design document for this, and then is going to start putting things together. Starting on Monday, he is going to be devoting a good portion of the next 6 months exclusively to this project. So he'll be working on Icarus, and obviously by the time the Kickstarter goes live on November 5th, he'll have more stuff out there as well. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. I'm going to keep pushing it and talking about it. Hopefully not so much that annoys people, but I want to get some of that done. And I even sold 2 books today. I was hanging out doing some work, and I was over at the Destructoid chat, and I sold 2 people bought books for me today. So good day. Hey, Gil, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see everybody this evening. All right, you people ready for some double-bladed lightsaber action? I think in the wrong context that might come out wrong. So we'll just keep that in Star Wars, okay? Oh, cool, man. Yeah, how is Space Timber going, Gilt? For those of you who don't know, Space Timber is what Gilt's been doing. He's been playing exclusively space games. Have you finished Space Wolves 2, I assume? I assume you finished Space Wolves 2 and you're on to Space Wolves 3 or something like that now? Is that, or am I wrong? Oh, you finished it. Okay. Okay, cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir. Back to Knights of the Old Republic 2. 65 hours in this game thus far. Starpoint Gemini. I'm going to have to check that out. I have never heard of that game. I have no idea what Starpoint Gemini is about. How's everyone else doing, by the way? I hope everyone is having a good night. Mike, how are you? How is life in both Angry Robot World and Writing World? By the way, you should know that as of tomorrow, Mike, the next Speculate episode, episode 83, our interview with Martha Wells is going live. And, of course, Strange Chemistry is mentioned and was tagged in the post. So I just thought you should know that as of tomorrow, 12 noon, that episode will be up and posted. So, yeah, I know, right? Can you believe that, Neox? And I don't feel like I've been, like, slow. I've just been doing a bunch of stuff, you know? So I am hitting a lot of quests, but still. But anyway, yeah, Mike. So tomorrow, 12 noon, goes episode 83 goes live of what do you call it? Of Speculate. So. Oh wow, busy is right. Yep, absolutely. Novella to revise, new novel to draft. I know, man, for like your million books. I want to find out like which of your books I can officially talk about. I mean, besides Celebromancy. For those of you who don't know, by the way, Mike is an author friend of mine who has completed 2 books so far that have been published, Geekomancy and Celebromancy, which are very cool, and I highly recommend them, especially to this crowd. But also, he's got other books that are coming down the pike in contracts, but I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about and not talk about. I'd love to promo you even more, man, but I can't pimp your stuff if I don't know what the hell I'm allowed to say. Like, I feel like his whole name should just be Mike NDA Underwood. Your whole life is a non-disclosure agreement, man. Nice. Younger Gods we can talk about a bit in the novella. Okay, all right. So I'll give you a chance to talk about it then. So tell everybody in a quick, give me the elevator pitch for Younger Gods. Yeah, and it's true, Neax, especially with this added restored content as well. So, and while Mike is posting all this stuff about how awesome Younger Gods is, I am going to load up Dantooine. Okay, gotcha. Dun, 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 dun. Look at those shadows. What? That light should cast a shadow? Look at that. It doesn't show him holding anything. Fail. Shadow fail. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't show him holding the handle. No, I was kidding about the lightsaber. But the handle, though. The handle should be casting a shadow. No, not light. Not the lightsaber. What about the handle? You guys see what I'm saying? The handle of the lightsaber isn't showing a shadow. No, I know. Not the lightsaber part. I'm talking about the handle of the lightsaber, which is not made of light. Ah, see, yeah, there you go. See? It's totally, yeah, see, that I like that description. It's an illusion cast by the DS. There you go. Yeah, see, I like that description that Mike just gave you. Jacob Green, the only moral member of a family of demon worshippers who want to bring about the end times. Despite having no social skills, he needs to gather allies to stop his sister before she can bring about the end times. So it's typically what happens all the time, right? Demiser, I think you have a sister. This happens all the time, right? You had to gather allies to stop your sister before she brought about the end times, right? I mean, that happens all the time. It's common. And Mike, what publisher is Younger Gods coming out from? And also, what the hell am I doing? Just your everyday going off to college story. Yeah, of course. All sisters. That's funny. Pocket Star, yeah, that's right. Which is the same, and Pocket Star is the same publisher for Celebromancy and Geekomancy, right? And that's only one of like 18,000 books that he has under contract. Like Mike is busiest man in show business, I'll tell you what. Okay, so established a trade route to Onderon. Inventory's improved. Still like a trade route to Dantooine. I need to get right. I need to get that trade route. And let's see. Yeah, whatever. I still need to figure out what's going on with this part about Sayed pilling 1,000 credits for the atmospheric sensors. I have to figure that out too. Okay. All right, let's get cracking. I think we've explored all this. I explored that crystal cave already. Enclave Courtyard. That's where I'm going. What's your problem, droid? Yep. Demiser. She's trying to bring about the end times, man. You know I want to pick them up. Oh, yeah. I want to pick them up and then throw them out a window, Guilt. That's what I want to do when I pick them up. Demiser, it's funny. Oh, my God. Really? See, I have two half-sisters, and I didn't grow up with either of them. In fact, one of them I've never met face-to-face. So I didn't have that connection. And I'm fairly close to my brother, but my brother was a half-brother, and again, I didn't grow up with him. So I pretty much grew up as an only child. And, am I going the right way? And thus, I don't have these experiences of being chased. I mean, everybody else in high school, I shouldn't say everybody. I certainly got the crap beaten out of me in high school by other people. But that's kind of, I figure that's sort of expected, right? That's not like, you know, a brother or sister doing it. Make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Good, I'm not. All right. Let's get into that Enclave courtyard. That's right, the showman. I remember you telling me about your sister. Show person, excuse me. Should bring about the end times becoming a sex symbol. Exclamation point is right. That's interesting. Why, how tall are you, Fallen? What is this height of which you speak? I'm 6'3". At the time, in high school, I was 6'2", but it didn't really help me. 6'6". Okay, well that... Demiser. Different spelling of chaste, my friend. Different spelling. Alright, let's talk to these salvagers. What up?
Tapele gathered a group to go to the sub-level. They're probably all gonna get killed.
That's what you get for having a name like Tapele.
Oh, a visitor comes to our delightful salvager camp. We are honored. Do you come bringing your credits and curiosity?
What's up with these 6'6" people, man? Yep. Mike's sister. She's a show business queen. Let's see. Credits and curiosity. Fortunate, the camp smells like the back end of a bantha. Let's say 2. Credits and curiosity. Are you selling something?
Am I that transparent to you? Apparently this is so. I am Rallon, known throughout this camp for the many artifacts of value that I have uncovered. An expert, this is certain. A question I pose to you, traveler. Do you wish to buy one of the most elusive of all Jedi artifacts? Powerful Jedi holocron.
That sounds like Bao-Dur. Holocron? Failed and powerful is an exaggeration.
If the ruins have any holocron left, they're heavily sought by Jedi Masters.
This is no idle boast, traveler, but a fact. A holocron is easily worth many thousands of credits to any Jedi, but I will sell it to you for a low price. I ask a mere 1,000 credits for this rare find. This is not a matter of negotiation. You should buy it quickly before others come.
I can easily buy it, but the question is, if it's worth so much, why not ask for more? Yeah, exactly. What's up, Arctic? Yeah, some never-ending games, Pazak. No, I'm gonna try to keep on the down low with Pazak tonight. I want to see if I can get through Dantooine, or at least make some serious dent in it. So, exactly. Oh, see. Well, that was the problem. Is I didn't fill out. I was kind of wiry in high school, also. I mean, so I filled out a little bit when I got, you know, towards the end of high school, moving into college. I'm still fairly thin now, but I mean, then I was kind of like skinny, you know, so. That's funny.
I assure. As you can see, it is in fine shape.
That is a remarkable fake, but it's not even worth the time you wasted describing it. Oh, yeah.
How did you know? I never unload this accursed thing. This isn't my fault. You can't blame me.
Actually, I can blame you violently. How isn't this your fault?
This forgery has passed through several hands in this camp. I am merely the latest victim. I wish to abandon this dung heap.
I am holding you responsible by force if need be, and when I say force, I mean force, understand? Let's see, so you didn't make this? I saw you didn't make this. Let me just ask that.
No, of course not. Another salvager sold it to me, and he bought it from another one before him. When there were more salvagers, incidents like this were common. But now
it's like a pyramid scheme.
I'm stuck with this garbage. There's no way I can make it home to my family and children.
I doubt you even have a wife.
You with all your observations. I'm not going to talk to you about the holocron anymore. So, what should we talk about?
How about the planet?
There isn't much to see around here. The planet is very lightly populated.
Hey,
with
Graydon, what's up,
settlers,
man?
Mercenaries, and us.
Okay, what are the settlers like?
They want nothing to do with us. The only thing they want is part of our profits. Now that salvaging is running out, I doubt they will tolerate our presence much longer.
What are mercenaries doing on Dantooine?
I don't know nor care. They're in trouble. Unfortunately, they ignore us. When they're looking for work, they mainly bother the settlers.
That's funny, Arctic. A specific kind of a pyramid, no doubt. Let's see. What can you tell me about the salvagers?
We come from many different planets, drawn to the rumors of fortune. I believe the early salvagers did make some credits, but latecomers like myself barely find anything. Early salvagers said that the ruins were mostly empty to begin with. They think the administrator didn't allow us to salvage until her people were done with it.
Okay. Very useful information. Thank you for trying to screw me over. Have a nice day. Okay. Let's see. All right. Who are you, Durala?
You a new salvager? Or one of those Kunda cantina rats coming here to complain?
Ooh, where do I meet these Kuna Cantina rats? These guys sound cool. No. I guess I am a salvage. Let's see. I'm not a salvager.
Oh, is that so? You're no mercenary, and with those armaments, this isn't a social call. You're at least thinking of heading to the ruins. I'm gonna give you some
What is that
advice.
outfit?
Turn back. There's nothing you're gonna find.
Is that like some Power Ranger outfit that somebody, like, cobbled together with parts? Let's see. Why don't you think I'll find anything?
Because anything valuable in the ruins was carted away months ago.
You know?
The only salvagers left are either desperate, ornery, or not right in the head.
But it's like
And while
ugly
you
as all
look
hell.
dirty enough to be here, I don't think you're any of those things. So go back to Kunda.
Surely there's something left, my dear.
The only thing
Try to
left
play on
is
the charm.
sub-level, and that's crawling with Lagrex. And those things are smarter than half the salvagers here. So let them too much.
Ah,
Don't be asking any
sub-level.
pesky questions. You're new, and no one is going to help you out.
Why won't anyone help me?
Because there isn't enough salvage to share with the people already here. And a hungry newcomer is about as welcome as a diuretic hut.
What's wrong with the diuretic? Oh. Let's see. What do you do around here?
I've been here the longest, and I'll be here last. I buy Jedi salvage from the ruins. Slow business now, but I get by.
Who do you sell it to?
Sometimes I sell them to visitors like yourself. Besides, that's none of your flaming business.
Can I see what Jedi artifacts you have
You
for
should have
sale?
let me know you're a customer instead of letting me think you're some disease-ridden salvager. Let me show you what I've got.
What have you got? Ah, my old Zyson Shah warrior armor. That was nice back in the day. Norris robe. It's wonderful. Gel Shay. Crystal Velemite. Crystal Bondar. I already have Atigan Crystal, Orange Crystal. Blue, green, yellow, red. Violet Atigan Synthesized Phobium Emitter. I don't like that negative defense though. Advanced Disrupting Emitter. Improved Deflection Emitter. Fencing Emitter. Drag-Eyed Lens. I already have one of those. One of these. Synthesized Kunda Lens. And Discharge Energy Cell. None of these are that exciting, honestly. Alright, anything I can steal? No? Maybe not? Alright. Alright, well that's the salvager camp. What a bleak place. Hey Thorg! What's up, man? Alright. How are you, sir? Oh yeah, time for some Cath Hounds. Force Wave!
Let's get this over with.
I'm really starting to have fun with these lightsabers. I mean, look at this. I mean, how many Jedi does it take to wipe out a Cath Hound? Like, all you see is just storms, like, force jumps, lightsaber swirling, like, oh yeah. What's up, Tally? How are you, man? That is what I'm talking about right there. I feel like if you ever had a group of friends that were all Jedi just running around, it wouldn't just be about fighting. Anything you did would be awesome, you know? Three Jedi go to a grocery store. They're doing force jumps through like aisle 5 to get the frozen food. Like, you know. 3 Jedi go to the DMV. They're doing like force, like, you know, leaps and stuff like that to get their picture taken for their license. Like, you know. Force Unleashed levels of awesome, right? That's it. That's it. That's funny. That, yeah, I have to say, I've seen, I saw Sirius playing some of Force Unleashed, and there's some serious flaws with the game, quite obviously, but I have to say, that trailer where he pulls the Star Destroyer out of the ground, just the concept is pretty crazy. Like, you know. I think I'm badly positioned. On my way. It's pretty sick. Oh, looks like we got a welcoming committee over there. Alright, let's go talk to this camp, shall we? Sup, mercenaries?
I can't wait for the salvagers to ship off this planet. They smell it up.
No, I believe it, yeah, 'cause I'm sure it is harder. But I'm just saying, it's just, you know, and I actually saw him doing part of that, so I know it is. But it's still just the whole concept, you know.
You've wandered into the wrong camp. You got the look of a warrior, and we got all the blasters we need. If
All
you're
right.
looking for work too, just take a trip spaceward. We don't need any more competition. Got it?
Hey, Chris Cornell, take it easy. When you get back to the band in Soundgarden, let them know that a Jedi with a lightsaber was talking to you, alright? You're an awesome badass grunge band, but don't cop an attitude to me. You're even making trouble for the settlers.
What if we do? They're practically begging to be pushed around. You've seen them, right? They're weak.
2 seconds now, I'm going to start singing Black Hole Sun. Skills may not lie solely in warfare. This isn't a
You
failing.
sound like a flaming Jedi. I didn't just mean their weapons. I meant their character. They're very quick to blame everyone but themselves for their problems. So the galaxy has dealt them a bad hand. They should ante up and get back in the game. The administrator is different.
What do you think about Dantooine?
It's just another spaceport to me. We've been here too long for my tastes. And the settlers.
What about the settlers?
It galls me to think we fought wars to protect Kiska like them. They don't do anything to help themselves, and they don't know how to take responsibility. They're on their own, and either they should start working and stop whining, or else they're in for a tough ride.
Why choose Dantooine as your base? Oh yeah, the Force Unleashed 3, Neox, yeah. Sounds good, mate. Thanks for stopping by, man. Have a good night. Catch you soon.
We have to live somewhere. Something those settlers don't seem to understand. That flaming administrator and her cat-hound Zeron can't keep their noses out of our business. There's a natural order to things that they just don't seem to get. They'll learn.
What are you planning to do?
Just make sure these settlers know their place. The Republic isn't going to send a single trainee to help this planet. It galls me.
I already found about this. Okay, what about the administrator?
She's got spirit, but she seems to focus most of her effort on trying to get us off this planet. Terena has to learn that we aren't moving.
I know. Because that's like a industrially fueled fire. What's up, Lake? How are you, man?
I have time to kill. Talking about Dantooine just irritates me.
Tell me about the
Most
mercenaries.
of us are veterans of the Jedi Civil War. Some even fought in the Mandalorian Wars. A lot of soldiers have been looking for a place in the galaxy. The really skilled usually wind up here.
Who's your leader?
A sentient by the name of Azrael. He was an elite trooper from Malak during the Jedi Civil War. He knows how to wage war.
Why haven't you been able to line up a job?
We had a contract with the Republic, doing some work in the Outer Rim. But they scaled back, and we were some of the casualties. Now the Republic isn't hiring anymore. I hear they have no credits.
So what do you do when you're between jobs other than hang out here and pretend that you were the lead singer for Soundgarden?
We find ways to divert ourselves. A lot of us find odd jobs. There are many more mercs around than what you see on Dantooine. We're spread out. I have time to kill.
I think that's all. Okay. That's great. He didn't have anything to say.
Jorvik is dangerous. He duel a mercenary. Wasn't even a contest.
Smells like another salvager has come to our camp. Vacate, Mudlicker. Don't make me tell you again.
Ease off, Nalick. There's better sport than this one.
I don't need help to take out a Mudlicker. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, like your friend said, I'm not a salvager. I'm a warrior like
You
yourself.
fighting any wars? I fought in the Jedi Civil War. I guess you don't look like much of a salvager.
Which side were you in the war?
Sides don't matter much. We're all soldiers. Most of us mercenaries worked with the Sith. Not too many Republic soldiers survived the war.
Why'd you want to fight me?
I thought you were one of those useless salvagers. Or perhaps an uppity settler. I've had about enough of their attitude. So I figured blasting one of them would have done me some good. It's been a while since we've had work.
So what are you... what are you mercenaries up to? Really? Is that the way it was? So, what are you mercenaries up to?
You were a soldier too. So you know I'm not going to answer you.
You want to answer my question.
I want to answer your question. Oh, head. I don't know for sure. I hear rumors. I heard we got a secret job working with some powerful organization. No one tells me
Right.
who. I know we're planning an attack soon, but I don't know against who. They aren't too far though, because we're expecting to attack soon.
Any idea who you're working for?
I told you what I know. Someone rich and powerful. We're not gonna have to hit up settlers for food and supplies anymore. I don't feel so well. I feel dizzy. I gotta go now.
Nice. No dark side points, notice, because I needed that info. I didn't think I was going to get dark side points. He deserved that for calling me a mudlicker also.
I get tired of clearing out the Cath Hounds from our perimeter. The plains are just full of them.
Alright, Mandalorian. I should have brought Mandalore for this, very obviously. Alright, Esok.
Can I help you?
What are a bunch of Mandalorians doing on Dantooine?
Just trying to make a living. At least there's still people in the galaxy who know our value. It's not glamorous work, but a man has to eat, right?
You could join the Mandalorians on Duxon.
I've heard the rumors too. There's no way I'm gonna fight for some upstart warrior who styles himself as Mandalore.
I wish I'd brought him with me.
We didn't pick a new Mandalore when the last one was killed. Maybe we're better off without one.
That was not very interesting.
I'm not paid to talk to you. Move along. I'm not paid to talk to you. Move along.
That's all I got, huh? Alright, so I got some info. Looks like their leader's not here, though. Alright, so we got the salvagers, we got the settlers, and we got the mercenaries. The salvagers are just, you know, typical thief, roguish types. The mercenaries are a bunch of roided out punks who want to get fighting people. And the settlers are stuck in the middle. Okay. So all we got here, mercenary camp, salvager camp, Takunda Plains. Wait, is that all I got here? The Enclave Courtyard, that's it? Yeah, exactly. They're like, I don't know where I'm going because, yeah. I have to say, I have never been even vaguely impressed with the Mandalorians. I've never thought that they're particularly badass. I never thought, oh, you know, the Mandalorians, you don't want to mess with them. They just are these dudes, like, wearing, you know, these cool-looking helmets who the Jedi and everyone I know routinely beat the hell out of. Well, I guess they routinely beat them after the events of KOTOR 1, but the point is, I've never had any trouble with them. So...
Do you feel it? The wound on this world.
Whoa.
It is sent it here. If we succeed in gathering the Jedi, come to this place. And if those Jedi are slain, then all that remains of the Order shall be drawn here as well.
Yep. Nice sweep. Yeah, I know. Neox, I know. Everyone always talks about, oh, blah, 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 blah. I understand the Mandalorian Wars, about how dangerous they were, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying that, like, every time I've encountered them in sort of game form, I'm always like, what is the big deal with the Mandalorians? So, but I know the canon. I understand, you know, that they had this enormous effect and they killed all these Jedi. I get it. I just, you know, direct sort of face-to-face thing, I'm like, really? These guys are not the biggest, these guys are not the biggest, scary dragon types, you know what I mean? They would expect. Brave, yes. That's fair. But that's what I mean, though. They're kind of like roided out brave. They're kind of like, yeah, check us out, you know? Although I will say that the toughest fight I've had in this game thus far was the fight against, what's his face? The guy, the Mandalorian... Not the Mandalorian chief. Who the heck was the guy? The top fighter in that little arena combat thing back in Duxon. So I will say that he was kind of a badass. When will this happen?
We will know when the time comes. And I hope our enemies do not.
Right, so the warriors think of it as a way of life, and the soldiers think of it as a job. Is that the idea, like? That's fair. That's fair enough. I assume these guys are the welcoming committee.
Observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi.
Yes, I am.
Such actions only delay the inevitable. Annoying recitation. Recitation.
You guys are fun. Let me introduce you to something I like to call Destroy Droid. How about again? And one more.
Systems failing, Master.
So predictable. That's true, Arctic. That's true. Which is one of the reasons why it was interesting to see him. That was one of the cool things about the earlier movies when they did the prequels, is that you had this sense, oh, like this is, you know, this is the way these things actually work, right? Like this is what a Jedi was actually like. That was the cool part of the first episode, actually, I have to say, episode 1, when you first saw Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon on the ship, because you've never seen two Jedi working in tandem. You know what I mean? Like, not ones that were Jedi at the time. So you're sitting there and you're like, holy cow, like, this is no joke. You know what I mean? And so seeing the two of them work together, you're like, this is what it was like back in the old days. And then that movie screwed everything up and whatever. But the point is,
This will teach you.
that it's Destroy Droid basically is Droid Lightning is the equivalent, Neox. Arctic. No. Destroy a droid is an AoE attack, yeah. And it's incredibly OP. In fact, Neox, if you go back into my highlights, you'll find a video back a couple of months ago. Well, I guess not that long, but a month ago anyway. When I had just gotten Destroy Droid right before I went into this one building on Duxon, or I guess Onderon, whatever it was, where there were like 25 droids or something ridiculous, and Destroy Droid obliterated them. Like, it was ridiculous how much damage it did. So, yeah, Destroy Droid is pretty sick. Kind of like Force Lightning, except it doesn't have the sort of dark side connotations. Alright. Completely caved in, right? Gonna have to find another way around then. Oh, what do we got?
Who are we missing? We're one off.
We're missing Joran. I don't see Joran.
That runt of a Kath hound, he's the one with the backpack. Did anybody grab anything from the room? Anybody?
Hi, Barry Gibb here.
What do you want?
Oh yeah, man, those droid, the HKs have, since I got Destroy Droid, HKs have been not an issue at all. Destroy Droid was really one of my best investments, I'd say. That and Night Speed, and actually I'm really starting to like Force Wave quite a bit as well. But what's the problem?
I managed to get this sad lot of salvagers to work together. Then we get 2 rooms into the sub-level, and we get swarmed by Lagrex. And even then we fight our way out. But of course the only one that managed to grab the salvage is still in there. I don't even know why I bothered.
What can you tell me about Lagrex?
Nothing. Find out for yourself. I'm not interested in training the competition.
That's
now,
charming.
If you don't mind, we're going someplace you can't eavesdrop on us, and get down to our business.
I like how that guy tries to make his escape. He's like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Yeah. Alright. Just making sure there's nothing else out here. Alright, this one's open. What? It's not open, what the hell? Well, that's interesting. What's up, Atlas? How are you, man? Hello, Newman Dakari. Welcome in, you guys. If you guys are new to the stream, you might... I don't know that I recognize the names off the top of my head, so if you guys are new to the stream, welcome. I hope you like what you see in here, and we'll follow. And if you are not new to the stream and you've been here before, I apologize. What the hell? Missing something on the map? Enclave to Enclave sublevel. That's where I'm supposed to go, is the Enclave sublevel. But can I get in there? Oh, okay. Welcome in, man. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Ah, Fallen. Spoilers. I would have figured that out. Oh, thanks, Atlas. What do you mean by disturbingly high quality? Like... Disturbing in what way? I mean, I'll take it as a compliment, I think. Hey, Lego, what's up, man? They did? Oh, the woman in the main camp. That's right, they did. But yeah, but where is this woman that I did not find in the main camp? I think somehow I must have missed that. Maybe it's the other side of the Enclave sublevel. Let's go over there and find out. It's melting his face like Pandora's box. I only lost 1,500. Listen, man. Look at here. You tell me whether I had lost all my money. I have 154,000 credits. That is plenty. I could lose a whole lot more to that freaking hammerhead shark guy. Alright. Kunda Plains. Kunda Plains. Crash site. Crystal Cave I've already been in. Oh. I think I totally missed that. I totally missed that there was a main entrance. Whoops. Alright, well. Now I've seen part of the Enclave. Yes, I am. I am playing with the Restored Content mod. I'm playing with the widescreen mod. And I am playing with the M478. What the heck is it? Yeah, the M478 mod, which was reasonably new. So I'm playing with basically 3 mods. And it's made it a lot better, from what I understand. This is my first playthrough of this game. I'm about 65 hours in now. And my understanding is that this is a lot more, you know, there are some serious bugs with this game. I tried to get it running on an old laptop. I loved Knights of the Old Republic 1. Played it on an old laptop that had no business running it. But it did run. Tried to get this on it, and it was no hope on that laptop. And so I didn't try again until just about a month ago, and I started playing through it. So, yeah, M478 was a lot of the restored content. Then other restored content is stuff that I think is just like added in. Like, some of the other people in the stream will probably be able to tell you what's added content and what isn't, because since I never played it before, I don't always know, you know, so. What's up, Sneaky? How you, man? Yeah, Lake is one of my resident experts. So is Tally on this game. And a lot of people in the stream have played it before. But, alright, let's see. Alright. Let's hit this garage first. Locked? What? Too many damn things are locked. Alright. What's up, Akira? Oh, wait. I already talked to you. I remember you. And...
Sorry, this door is blocked off. Hey, get away from that door. The last time somebody messed with it, it was locked down for months before we could fix it.
Oh, very cool, man. Alright. So that's not going to work either. Well, at least the game is making it clear where I have to go, and that is the main entrance. So I will do that.
You'll find little welcome here, Jedi.
Oh, I already talked to her.
I will answer.
I already talked to her.
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine. I've had enough of it for a life.
Alright. Alright, let's head in. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Alright. I know, right? Head in. Beep, beep. That's funny.
I think Tarn has finally cracked. Running around like a madman, raving that he was being chased by a Jedi.
Oh, Tarn is an idiot, to be sure. But he seemed genuinely frightened. Perhaps he did see something.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. Well, you remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
Yeah, those Jedi suck. Oh, I mean,
My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Kunda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
I love how everyone just assumes they can collect bounty on Jedi. Like, for real? Seriously? Like, I don't even... I'm gonna save this under our continuing. Yeah, the Sith are much better. No, they just hate anybody. It's actually, it's funny, because it is very similar to the way you see in fantasy novels, right? Fantasy work where wizards, it doesn't matter, like, what kind of magic they use. If they use magic, they're evil. Like, most settlers don't even care. Oh, I'm gonna have a chat with them right now. That's why I saved it. Hi! Notice me? Here, let me swing it around for you. So, what are things like around here? You guys like Jedi? Just thought you might want to know. I find sometimes I can be quite forceful when I need to be. You like this robe? It's Jedi make. Oh, you won't talk to me? Okay. Sounds good. Alright, receptionist, what's up?
Welcome to Kunda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask.
Yes, is the Jedi special access VIP lounge available? Because... Thanks, Newman Darky. As you will, Takara, as you will notice, if you follow me, I appreciate your follow very much, sir. But as you will notice, my specialty is if you get me into puns, I will not be likely to stop. I think you've shown them the light. Well, you know, for me, it's more about evidence, you know? It's like I've always been kind of a sabermetrics guy. Oh, yeah. Do you know who Garvik
is?
is?
A salvager, the worst one of the lot. Try to stay clear of him. He's a dangerous one to cross.
Where's the administrator?
Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like.
I can see her through a certain special ability I have, which has nothing whatsoever to being with in being a Jedi. Just letting you know. Why does everyone think I'm a salvager?
You're not. The only heavily armed people that visit us are either salvagers or mercenaries. And you don't look quite gritty enough.
Oh, sorry, Topkin. I just saw you just now. What's up, man? How are you, Topkin? And you're right, that not all fantasy novels paint wizards as evil. That wasn't my point. My point was that when you have, like, several enclaves of wizards, most of the time there is this either deep suspicion on the part of the sort of so-called normal populace. Even in something like Harry Potter, think about the way that the Muggles think about the wizards, right? So that's all I meant. No, you're right. I mean, clearly there are some novels where it's not thought of that way, but I just meant that when you have, like, two groups of wizards, very seldom do you have people being like, well, these guys are good and these guys are bad. You know what I mean? That's all I meant. What do you have in Kunda?
The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant and Zeron, the leader of our militia. Akari is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components.
Alright. Why would I need to see Zeron?
If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy.
Untrue. They are not always aware of it, but there are many cases where there is some discomfort with people who reflect kind of magic ability. So you're right that they don't know of magic as such, but they definitely know about the differences with some people and sort of react poorly to it. And if there is ever any magic that's displayed, they always immediately react poorly to it. That's my point. Another example would be in the Wheel of Time series, the approach that people have to the Aes Sedai, you know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Harry's adopted parents. And also, yes, that the novels where the antagonists are fighting magic because they perceive it as evil. Exactly. In fact, I hate to quote myself, but people who have read The Third Sign, my first novel, that, all of the wizards who are called spellcrafters in my book there's only one of them left in the country because the rest of them were killed because of the role that they felt the spellcrafters played in helping bring about their enslavement for those many years. There's only one that's left. And so, yeah. So magic is often something that people have great doubts about. And I actually like that idea. I mean, of course, I love the use of magic. I'm glad to see it when magic is not that way. But I also like seeing, sometimes it's nice to see the idea that magic might not be something that everyone would go, oh, this is wonderful. Like realistically, people who could not perform magic would be as disturbed by it as people in, let's say, the X-Men universe are disturbed by mutants, right? I mean, it's not just about the mutation quality, it's about the fact that they're disturbed by the powers these people have, so that sort of thing. Dragon Age, yep. Exactly. Yeah, where you even have a separate group of people, like, trying to keep them in line. Okay, let's see. Recent problems like what?
The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too.
Let's see. Could you go into more detail?
No, I couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron.
Okay, what is Kunda?
We hope it will become the new center of government for the settlers. The administrator has been trying to organize us in the wake of the Jedi Civil War.
It's not a very big building for a center of government.
We're a small group of settlers on the edge of Republic space. The building isn't large, but it's only the beginning.
Okay.
Certainly.
Alright. Gotta go find this administrator, quite obviously. Beep, beep, beep. I know, right? Alright, let's go talk to this Zeron. Oh my god, Sulu! Oh, no.
Are you waiting for the administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here.
Why not, Sulu?
Kunda's like a droid without his power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
What are you gonna do? What's your problem?
Salvagers are the problem.
They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices. I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren. But I can't farm without my equipment.
Is it me, or does this guy sound vaguely like an extra for The Sopranos? You know what I mean? Let's see. Are you sure it's a salvager?
My farm is the closest to the Enclave ruins. It has to be someone nearby. And if the mercenaries wanted it, they'd take it in broad daylight. The closest place besides that is the salvager camp, so it has to be them. You ever met one of them? Thievery wouldn't be too far a stretch for any of them. The other day I had to take a shot at one of them. Soon someone is going to get killed, and Dantooine has enough trouble without that.
All right, what'd they steal?
A lot of farming equipment. It's not even valuable, just important for the moisture vaporators and hydroprocessors. The thief must be desperate for credits.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those things, Topkin. Just thinking about the things that have influenced and impacted your world will definitely reflect on that. And I like either one. I don't mind either way that magic is displayed, but it is nice to see a little bit of a different approach sometimes, that's all. I can't farm without my equipment. I know, yeah. It's funny. Now go find me 5 moisture vaporators and turn in the quest. Let's see. Why doesn't the administrator help?
It's hard to deal with womp rats when you got a gundark on your back.
What?
I believe she'll get around to it, but I think by then it'll be too late. I understand that the wheels turn slowly in this sort of thing, but my crops are in immediate danger. The salvaging laws on Dantooine are a mess, and in my mind, they favor the salvagers.
Anything I can do to help?
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager. If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful. I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you.
If you want my help, you'll have to cough up more than a couple of Dusty Old War trophies. No. I know where the
It's
salvager
right next
camp
to the
is.
ruins
But
of the Jedi Enclave. Just follow the smell. You can't miss them.
see what I can do.
That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
Okay. What's up, staff?
A lot of people here hate Jedi. But when they were here, they tried helping us. I don't blame them.
All right. Let's go talk to Zeron before we go over to the salvager camp. Hey, Zach, what's up, man? Oh, I see what you're saying, Top. Yeah, there's no real good way to answer that either. It's just really thinking about the motivations for the world and what sort of the history and what led from one place to the other, that's all. This is reminding me, for some reason, of a level in Dishonored.
Me. Have I not told you that I don't like interruptions? Now, this is a disruption that is most welcome.
What?
This news bears
Nice,
some
Zach.
thought. You have done well. This time, do not interrupt me again.
Is this guy on drugs, or is it just
Preparations
terrible
need to
voice
be
acting?
made. Another was not expected so soon.
What? Yeah, cool. Awesome, Zach. So you digging it? You digging the dual monitor? Whoa, hey,
Your
Garabik.
luck is not of the hapless settler. You are the newcomer that lands in a battered ship. Yes. No friendly greetings are here for you.
Why not, Samuel L. Jackson? My ship isn't battered.
You act like I have insulted your woman. Your ship I haven't seen. But if it takes after you, it can't be in perfect condition. I am done being inconvenienced by you. Another interruption. Another interruption.
I just think I'll get this out. Well, all right. Just want to make sure you were clear. Private door. What else have we got? Who the heck are you? Baron Modril.
What brings you to Kunda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help.
My mic is really quiet, really?
Garrovick.
It is? Is anyone else noticing issues with the mic? Too quiet? Quiet? Loud? Not loud? Yeah, I don't know, Zach. I hadn't heard that before, but let's see. I've had no problems the militia needs to worry about. I might cause some trouble of my own. Okay, who are you?
Well, call me a defective protocol droid. Manners, right. I'm Barun Modrol. I'm Captain Zeron's right-hand man. I help run the militia here. Well, that makes it sound more important than I am.
I don't know, Zach.
Zeron
I'm not sure what to tell you, man.
hands-on
It's
role in running
on
the
my
militia.
end. It's reflecting as
If you have
being
any
kind of in the
real
middle.
trouble, You'd have to go to him anyway.
So I'm not sure what to say. I haven't had anyone else report the same thing, and I don't want to blow everyone else away, you know, to do that. Take a look and see what my recording device levels are. 2222, let's see. Check 1 2, check 1 2 2, check 2 2 2. Check check check. He's actually pretty loud. If anything loud. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sorry, Zach. I don't know what to tell you, man. Check 1, check 2. Sibilance, sibilance. Okay, let's see. Isn't being hands-on a good thing?
This is sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing. But the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's gonna fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work.
What, Thork?
Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room.
Can't anyone do something about it?
It's tricky. You see, I think Zeron may be taking this whole thing a little personal.
Oh, cookie clicker.
I'm not sure. Just a guess. I also think he's doing more to provoke them than just investigating every complaint against them hard.
It's actually Vape's
He's up
fault.
to something. If someone could just ask a few questions, turn up some answers, maybe see if Zeron isn't being completely honest with the rest of us, well, then maybe he should be replaced.
Wouldn't that make you captain?
I don't want to be made captain that way, but if my hunch is right, he's just about the worst person to leave in charge.
I know,
so if
right?
you happen to find something out like that, you should see Administrator Adare. If you have to do some footwork to check into things, you'll be compensated. We should probably talk about something else. I hate going behind the captain's back. I just feel... I just have a feeling about it.
Seems like Dantooine has had a lot of trouble.
I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. It'll just make my headache worse if I talk about it. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept us together. Oh, and Zeron too, I suppose.
Sounds like you don't approve of Zeron. Oh, I already know about this.
Maybe. It's hard to say. They meet a lot, but it seems to me they let each other alone for the most part. I'm sure there's a lot going on with the militia that the administrator doesn't even know about. It's tricky.
Alright, I already know about this.
Just look around. So if you happen to find... we should...
Yep, already did that.
I'll tell you anything that's public knowledge. Most militia news passes by me and Zeron.
Multi-stream.
I might be able to help.
Let's see. Do you know anything about Sulru's problem?
Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulru's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found.
I've heard rumors that there's a Should I really ask this question? I've heard rumors there's a Jedi around here. And then I stop. And I put my lightsaber behind my back. A Jedi. Is there one? Have you seen a Jedi? If you've seen a Jedi, because I'm looking for one.
I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about
Oh,
Jedi
man.
around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation.
That's us.
I try to stay out of it, though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become unpopular around
Oh, the
here.
Jedi. Right? Yeah, exactly. You mean, exactly, Atlas. Newman Darky, you mean the, sorry, Newman Dakari. I may just call you Newman, actually. Newman! I can't do that. Maybe I'll call you Dakari. If I say Newman, I'm just going to think Seinfeld. You talk about the first coder? Doing a fan mod on the first one? Let's see. Is the rumor true? That's right, isn't always popular.
Easy to say for someone that doesn't live here. I'd rather grab an unshielded power coupling than get involved in that debate. The
Oh, this
militia's
one.
dealing with enough already.
No, I mean, they did. I mean, I'm playing with this content mod, so they pretty much have done a ton of stuff. This restored content mod essentially did all this. It really was a fan referenced thing. Yeah, that's what I'm playing with. Coder 2, actually, I'm using the restored content mod. In fact, as soon as I get out of this, I'll show you. Good men say nothing, then the dark side triumphs. Wait, this needs a deeper voice, right? He says, Militia's dealing with enough, and then I look at him and I go, if good men say nothing, then the dark side triumphs.
You're not wrong there.
Of course I'm not.
For what good it'll do, if it comes up, I'll say what I think is right.
Yep.
You happy?
Yep.
I hope so.
Yep.
You may be my only friend in a few days. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other cheerful problems you want to talk about?
Let me use my impressive voice. Yes. I want to visit the ruins of the Jedi Enclave.
You should see Administrator Adara
Or James Earl
about
Jones.
that. She'll be able to set you up. You're not a typical salvager, so I don't expect you'll have any trouble there.
Especially once I bring out my super special voice.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right, stay out of trouble now.
All right, let's take a look. It's Adare's chamber. All right. Forever alone. He's just like, yeah, okay, all right. Have a good day now. What's up, Adam LARP? LARP? Please tell me that you use foam swords and that on the weekends you hang out with people in the woods and pretend you're a cleric. Please tell me that, Adam LARP.
Tochi monas runta, yun bola, wata gratonchi mulira, pitasa cantone toshak, posoma oritoshni tuk pamba, bora, kino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, posoma oritoshni tuk pamba, bora, kino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, posoma oritoshni tuk pamba, bora, kino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek.
His swords are also curved. Curved swords. That's funny. Lightning bolt! I have actually never done any LARPing, but I know many people who have. So, Mordecai's magical watchdog. All right, my mission is clear. What's your mission? Oh, that's self-sacrifice. Oh, good grief. Hey, what's up, Daboon? You bought my book and it arrived today. Super excited to read it. Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, if you like it, I will ask that if you like it, first of all, thank you for buying it. And if you like it, a positive review on Amazon is always much appreciated. So if you like it, that would be, and you know, no pressure to do it. You know, I'm not saying you have to. If you don't like it, that's fine. But if you do like it, a positive review is always welcome. So, but thanks, dude, for buying it very much. I appreciate that. Twitch has been so good for me in this regard. It's really helped. I was just saying to someone else that I had sold 2 books and I hadn't even known about that. So counting you, that's 3 books today that I know about that were sold. So that's cool. Seriously? Dakari, man, that's awesome. Wow. Cool, dude. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear it. Yep, well, I'm the guy. I actually, it's funny, one of my students, I teach fantasy and science, I'm a college professor as my day job. So I have a science fiction course, and my students, one of my students came up to me afterwards and said she had gone down to the bookstore and bought all my books, and she said, but you said we had 6 books for the semester, and I see 7. And she pulls out the 6 books, and the last one is my book. I was like, well, that's the book that I wrote. And she was like, oh, and so the people are like, you wrote a book, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yeah, I'm an author as well. So that's pretty cool. That was fun. But yeah, thanks very much, Dakari. That's good to hear. I have a standing thing, by the way, for viewers of mine on Twitch. 2 people did this today, which is why it's on my mind. For $20, if you send it to me via PayPal, I will sign a copy of the book and then ship it to you anywhere in the world at your cost. Unless you live like in Guam and it's going to cost me $40 to ship it, in which case we might have to talk a little bit about stuff like that. But I have shipped books to Australia, I've shipped books to England, and I have sold books to a bunch of different people around here. So if you were interested, I also have some anthologies as well and things like that. So if you're interested, just hit me up via Twitch, and I am happy to do that. So let's see. I got to get back into it, Atlas. Reading can be good. Yeah, Demiser, I ship it at my cost, but as I say, that's assuming that it's not, you know, if it's expensive, then I usually ask them to pay for the ship. Yeah, I've done that already. But as I say, the Australia one, for example, I did not ship that at my cost. That one I did not. I said anywhere in the world at my cost, except for when it's too expensive. So the Australia one was an example. So... what books do I use for my class? Let me actually finish this convo first, and then let me see what we got. Let's see. How long have you been here? Yeah, Demiser, I said that, and then I said, assuming it's not too expensive, is what I said after that, assuming it's somewhere not like Guam or something like that. Oh, man. Atlas, I think I may know who that is. Give me a second and I'll see if I'm right. Yes? What? I said at your cost? No, I said at my cost. I didn't say, well, if I said your, then you may have, I may have, like, turned away from the mic. I didn't say your. I didn't mean to say your. All right, well, that's not what I meant. I meant my cost. Sorry. I meant my cost to ship. Yes, my bad. I thought you were saying, like, what do you mean my cost? I was like, yes, my cost. Okay, maybe I said your for some reason. I don't know why I would have said that, but maybe I did. No, my cost is what I meant. Yes. So let me clarify. Shipping at my cost, unless it's crazy expensive, in which case I have other people kick in. That's funny. I ship it to you anywhere in the world, like a big selling point, at your cost. No, if I said that, that's not what I meant. I meant my cost. Let's see. What else did somebody say? Oh. Let me check this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so Atlas, are you talking about Ender's Game? Orson Scott Card? Okay, that's really odd. I don't know why I would have said that. I think maybe what it is that there are a couple of people that that bought from me that ended up giving me money for shipping because they felt bad. They didn't want me to like have to basically get almost nothing. And so I've started saying, rather than just saying at my cost, I've said at my cost unless it's super expensive, in which case we need to work something out. So maybe I was thinking your cost when I was saying my cost, and I said your. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, that's what I figured, Atlas. I actually teach, this will also answer, I think it was Topkin's question, or maybe it was Thor, whoever asked me about my class. In my science fiction course, I teach starting with Frankenstein. I teach The Time Machine, Fahrenheit 451, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? That's the one that Blade Runner was based on. I teach iRobot. We do a Star Trek day where I basically show a couple of the original series episodes. And then there's an open slot, which I save for the end of the semester, where I put in a book that it generally varies from semester to semester. Hopefully somebody that I usually know. And then the other book that I teach is Ender's Game. And it is a problem for me too. It's exactly my same problem. It's the first time I've had this problem, actually, because I normally try to separate the artist from the art. But boy, that is really hard. I mean, like, the movie's coming out, so obviously I should go see it and everything, but I don't know, man. Someone who's that actively involved in that kind of bigotry it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Dakari. Absolutely. Oh, nice, Top. Yeah, I'm an original series nut. I have all 3 seasons, which I taped myself and transferred a bunch of them onto DVD. So I'm all about that. You've never seen the series. You should watch some of them if you get a chance, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, thanks, Thorg. I'm glad you didn't give me the your class sounds like the sleeping face. I would have been like, what? Why? Okay. Yeah. It is a heavy scene for sure. Yeah, I think you can too, Thorg. If you're in America, you can. They're commercials, but still. Fallen, shut up. Let's see. What do you know about the Mercenaries? Why are so many Kinrath and Kath hounds around?
Hey, drogo yuto son zata.
Nice banter. You try the same line on everyone?
Dawanga nochi, roren manama kochpa ino shan opera.
What do you got in stock?
Kokpa rodanga nini shota shokato. Chubame masi kratak forfeta. Ni honka krato. Jibut malia bit hatawa.
Tatawa. Okay. Bonadon alloy, heavy suit. I'm pretty sure I don't want to buy anything given how much stuff I have. Although, wow, Rhodian Deathblade. Sounds cool. Not as impressive. Oh, that's interesting. Rusan Crystal. I'm trying to remember if I have a Rusan Crystal. I don't think I do. So I'm going to buy it just in case. Combat gloves. Yeah, exchange casual gloves. Yeah. Adrenaline stimulator. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you know what? I just remembered what I need. I need med packs. Because I ran out of them. I don't need those. Just in case I get separated again and I have to get railroaded through. Grab one of those too. What? Wait, whoa. You mean the original movie or the director's cut, Atlas? Is that what you mean? Because in truth, I know Blade Runner mostly through Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, so I've seen Blade Runner, but I only ever saw the director's cut. I have the director's cut DVD, so I've never seen the original movie ending. So I don't know, I can't really answer that. I think the director's cut is good. I mean, I would say. Depressing as hell, but... interesting fact, fun fact though, you guys know that Rutger Hauer, who plays Roy Batty, the one of the androids, has that. You guys, how many people have seen Blade Runner? Mesa's gonna go. See ya. Okay, thanks for coming in, Dakari. Good meeting you, man. Thank you very much for following. See you around soon. Yeah, you're right. I should say the ending that everyone is familiar with in the movies, and then the director's cut. So the director's cut in the original. Okay, well, for those of you who have, so you remember the scene where Roy, right towards the end, where Roy is sitting there and he's like, you can't believe the things I've seen. You can't believe the things I've done. Yeah, exactly. I've seen C-beams glitter in the darkness. Yeah, exactly. Do you know that's all improv by Hauer? Rutger Hauer just did that. He like went off on his own, and they were just like, roll tape. They were, it was really, really cool stuff. Spoiler. What's up, D-Money? How are you, man? Welcome into the stream. So that's all improv. He made it up. Yep. That's one of those great examples of where something happens. The director isn't like, hey, you're going off script. I'm going to have to stop. Cut. He's like, roll this. Pretty badass, right? Completely made that up. He said he just got into it. And I would say, he says to this day, Rutger Hauer says that's the best role he ever played. And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, it definitely is. So, although Rutger Hauer was in a good movie called, it's a good cult movie called Blind Fury. I don't know if anyone ever saw it, where he plays this blind, like, sort of samurai swordsman type, who's amazing at, like, fighting, but he's basically blind fighting all the time. Good stuff. Yeah, cool. Good to see you, man.
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine. Had enough of it for a lifetime.
All right, it's Zaron. I want to talk to Zaron before I talk to the administrator. So let's find out what's going on. What's up, Zaron? Speak.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it?
Blind Fury. But the best part of that is the scene where the guy kicks out the lights, and the guy's like, I can't see. And Rutger Hauer's like, that's where I live. He like takes him out. Oh god, good times. Blade, yeah. Also a good movie, Blade. Very different kind, though. Let's see. I've had a spot of trouble, yes.
Talk to Baroon first. If your situation needs militia involvement, he'll send you my way. You got any other reason for coming to militia headquarters?
Just explore and getting to know people. Getting to know you.
There are better places to explore and better people to know. I'm sure you have your reasons, though. I'm sure you got questions of your own. And if you're interested, I might have some work for you. You want something?
What's Garavic's connection to the militia?
Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable all the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garavic says he won the whole claim in a Bazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses, but nobody remembers Garavic ever playing Bazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something?
You want something? Batman voice guy. This isn't Kevin Conroy, right? You're just saying, like, where is he? I'm gonna demand something right now. It is not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Yeah, 1982 was an epic year. Saw all of them, too, in that year. Saw E.T., saw Star Trek 2, and it scared the living hell out of me, because I was 10 years old at the time. Saw Tron, which was badass. I didn't see Blade Runner then. I didn't see Blade Runner until many, many years later, actually. Big Trouble in Little China. Oh my god, that's great. Green eyes, Mr. Burton. Hackers was good too. Goonies, of course. Little Rascals, didn't see. God! That scene, I made the mistake of watching Star Trek 2 with that whole thing where the bugs like slither out of Chekhov's ear and all that stuff. That, at the same time that I watched the video Thriller, it was right when Thriller premiered. Let me tell you, do not watch when you're 10 years old, watching Michael Jackson's Thriller and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan is not designed to give you good dreams. Just telling you. Telling you right now. Oh my god. I was Nightmare City, man. Those SETI eels freak me out. Big Trouble in Little China. Alright, Egg. Let's see. What sort of work do you have?
I've seen a lot of visitors come through Kunda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Kunda Plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it.
A reward. Why is this place so overrun with Kinrath?
Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things.
How dangerous is it?
Very. The Kinrath you see on the plains aren't as tough as the ones inside the caves. May not look much different, but they are tough.
I think I've already done this. How much is the reward?
2,000 credits.
So few settlers are much more important than credits.
Agree with you, but I don't barter. I got more important things to do.
What do you know about the cave?
We used some explosives to seal the cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits.
I already cleared that cave.
Though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find.
Already found it. Yeah, totally agreed, Arctic. Totally agree. Although I did like Star Trek Into Darkness a lot, but part of the reason I liked it was the connection to Khan, Wrath of Khan, and I liked the first new Star Trek movie. I also really liked Star Trek 6. Yeah, as you said, right, Undiscovered Country. I teach Renaissance drama and Shakespeare as one of the courses that I teach. So that thing was all about Star Trek. It was just Shakespeare. Christopher Plummer was in it. I mean, it's badass. And I'm telling you right now, one of the most epic scenes in any science fiction movie is the scene where Kirk and McCoy are on trial on the Klingon home planet, and they're in that court with that dude with the freaking energy ball that's like, it is the opinion of this court that you are to be sent to the penal planet of Rurapente, there to spend the rest of your natural lives. And the part where Plummer's just like, isn't this true? Don't wait for the translation. Answer me now. And like Worf's grandfather is their lawyer and all this nonsense. It's great. Like I love 6. Love Star Trek 6. That's right, Arctic, yeah. Christopher Plummer. I am as constant as the Northern Star.
That's all I can ask. You want something?
You know about the Administrator. How's the militia doing?
There are more than a dozen of us, and there's too many
So
problems.
good.
People keep hoping that the Republic sends help. We gotta help ourselves.
Let's see. I shouldn't be mixing Star Trek and Star Wars, though, right? I guess J.J. Abrams now makes it possible, but... Alright. What do you know about the Administrator?
She's smart. She gets things done. The whole place would fall apart without her. Dantooine isn't the center of much anything. Our most talented people sometimes leave. Hard for someone to stay a farmer when they have the itch to do something greater. So we're lucky the Administrator never went elsewhere. I bet she'd make a decent senator, even.
See, I never was that... I watched... I saw the first Stargate movie, and then I watched a couple of Stargate things, but see, I'm bitter about Stargate for 2 reasons. Number one, I never found it that interesting, to be honest. I just never got into it. Secondly, I'm pissed off that they canceled Farscape, which was an incredibly underrated series, instead of... And the reason was because they wanted to show more Stargate. And I was like, Stargate is not even a wink... I don't even know how to put it. It is not a thought in the mind of how good Farscape was by comparison. So I'm annoyed at Stargate for that reason. You can't replace Farscape on me, man. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Fall, and I like Star Wars and Star Trek both. I agree, but... So. I actually know very well an author. I'm friends with an author who wrote the 2 Stargate Atlantis books, the novelizations for them, so... Oh, Farscape was great. Inaccessible? I don't know about that, Arctic. I'm not sure I agree about that. Yeah, it helps to know the previous story, but no more so than, let's say, Lost, where you would be lost if you didn't catch it at the beginning. Oh, that's interesting, Arctic. I'm surprised about that. I'm not a big Stargate guy, but my wife and I both like Farscape a lot, so. Although, admittedly, the last season it started to get a little weird. But no, in general, we liked Farscape. Okay, yeah, I loved it, Graydon. Okay, let's see. How's Militia doing?
Zero might be the start of an honest capital someday. Right now, it's not much more than a swoop bike stop.
This guy's a little bit like Sam Elliott, who I like. How do you feel about the mercenaries?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Alright. So, I think I already cleared that cave.
It's you again. Well, you know who I am. I figure you've got a reason for coming back. You want something?
That's true, Fallen.
We have I take care of it. What's up? You want?
I already did this job. I have to go, like, do it again? I already did it. I already cleared the cave. Where's the... Swear to me! Where is he? Where is it? You rattled his cage. Someone like you. Someone who will rattle the cages. Alright. So that didn't work out. Cave crawling. I did clear that cave, damn it. Let's see. Baron Modril thinks Zarin has been provoking the mercenaries for months, has increased the tension between the settlers and mercenaries. Baron has more amiable relations with the mercenaries, thinks it would be in everyone's best interest if Zarin stepped down. Baron is certain that Zarin is up to something, doesn't know what it is. If you could find proof that Zarin is endangering diplomacy of the mercenaries, Baron could use it to hopefully repair the damaged relations between the two camps before it's too late. Okay. And the salvagers. Alright. Time to go talk to Adare then. Oh, yeah? Card key for that. Everything's locked. I know almost nothing about Warehouse 13. I am sorry to say. Alright, well. Time to go see the administrator then. I was wondering I wasn't saying anything because I hadn't seen the series, so I wasn't sure why Andrew Jackson was doing this. Like, why is Old Hickory in a science fiction show? But all right, time to talk to the administrator of this planet.
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine. I've had enough of it for a lifetime.
All right, lady. Everyone's had good things to say about you. Don't disappoint me.
A visitor. Please, come in. Welcome to Kunda. I am Administrator Turina Adare. You're the owner of the ship that just landed?
Let's see. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Armin.
Depending on your business here, the pleasure may be mutual. But you didn't answer my question. Is that ship yours?
That ship is one of the fastest in the galaxy.
I meant no disrespect at all. It is in fact a remarkable vessel. And unless I'm much mistaken, that's the Evan Hawk. That vessel has been on Dantooine before, during the war. That was a Jedi vessel.
Maybe. Let's see. I'd prefer if you keep that quiet, Jedi. Don't tell me you want to collect the bounty.
Of course not. I'm trying to stabilize an entire planet. An exchange bounty, no matter how abundant, is little use in that endeavor. But if a Jedi were here, that would best be kept secret. Right or wrong, our settlers blame the Jedi and their hidden enclave for their suffering. I remember the old Jedi Masters and the considerable help they lent to Dantooine. I still maintain discreet connections with Jedi. I suppose your arrival here is no coincidence.
Nope. What do you mean by that? Actually, I'm looking for Jedi. Could you tell me who you're talking about?
My friend. Let's just call him Fruk. We've known each other for many years, and our continued friendship could create many problems in the current political climate. He came to Dantooine not too long ago. He was looking into something quite important.
He's gone missing recently. Did he send for you in case something went wrong?
He didn't send for me, but I would like to meet with him.
Brooke and I had a mutually beneficial arrangement for several years. He went to the Jedi Enclave sublevel recently and hasn't returned. I know the sublevel is dangerous.
I know, another one.
Fear the worst. Would you be willing to go to the ruins of the Enclave to look for him?
Let's see. I'll make it my first priority.
We are fortunate that you've come. Don't expect it to be easy, though. Things rarely are with Jedi. I will have one of the militia transmit permissions to the Enclave security door. Go expecting danger, for you will most certainly find it there. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Let's see. Baron believes that Zaren's actions are endangering Kunda.
What have you learned, Jedi?
I found these atmospheric sensors. Zaren has been using them to spy on the mercenaries.
Very well. I will deal with the situation as I must. Guard, please bring Zeron and Barun here immediately.
Should be an interesting discussion. Hey, guys.
What is it, Terena? I'm very busy.
I'll get straight to the point. I have found evidence that you are unbalancing our precarious relations with the mercenaries. Do you deny this?
I deny nothing. You know I have done everything for the good of Kunda. Mercenaries are a real threat. Many here are blind to it.
I have no choice but to err on the side of diplomacy. Until further notice, I am giving command of the militia to Barun. I hope, Zeron, that you will continue to serve as Barun's second in command.
I believe you're making a mistake, Terena, but I will not let my pride compromise the militia. I will still serve.
Thank you, Zeron. You are dismissed.
I'm grateful for your support, Administrator. As the new leader of the militia, I swear to support your goals of peace and compromise.
This guy's a little sketchy. Little sketchy, this guy. Alright, let's take care of this level up situation. Attributes. Let's see. Charisma. What if I picked up that dexterity? Let's do that. Okay, skills. Persuade has to be maxed. Trying to keep... I'm still working on getting my awareness up so I can max that out. My guy's built around charismatic persuasion, so... Sneak attack. Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw that A.C. Crispin just passed away. If anyone read any of the Star Trek books back in the day, she wrote a pretty famous one called Sarek, which is, of course, Spock's father. And she just passed away of cancer. I was on a panel with her at Worldcon a couple of years ago talking about movie reboots and stuff like that. She hated the new Star Trek, so we disagreed because I liked it a lot. But anyway, yeah, so that was very sad because she had been running this thing called Writer Beware, which was a service that from Science Fiction Fantasy Writers of America that basically helped people get out of scams, like tried to warn them of scams that were out there. And a lot of people think very highly of her writing as a Star Wars and Star Trek especially writer. So I don't know if you'd heard of her, if you ever read any of those books, but yeah. Thought I would mention that because it just came up recently. No, not finesse. Precise shot, no. Dueling, no. Make it toughness, actually. Yeah. Yeah, for real, Topkin, for sure. Have I ever told you guys my story of when I almost got to play Dungeons & Dragons with Gary Gygax and didn't, and my later moment of redemption when I, later on, years later? Did I ever tell you guys that story? Yeah, and McCaffrey. I was actually in an anthology, I was in an anthology last year when the villain comes home with one of the, with her son, Todd McCaffrey, was the story as well. Tell it, yeah. All right. Well, if everyone has heard this before, then I apologize. Let me figure out what I'm doing with this first. Force immunity. I think that could be very valuable. Hold on a second. Okay. So probably a good 7 years ago, maybe more than that, 7 or 8 years ago, my wife and I went to, actually it might have been more. I'm not 100% sure that my wife and I were married then. We've been married for 10 years, so it might have been 11 years ago. Wow. Anyway, we went to a wedding of some friends of ours in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Now, Lake Geneva is known for basically two things. It's kind of a resortish town where people go to, like, you know, there's like a lake there and hang out or whatever. And it is the place, of course, where Gary Gygax was born and lived. And the original Gen Con, which I go to every year, I'm a member of the Writers' Symposium there, now in Indianapolis, started in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, hence Geneva Con. So that's where it was. So we went there for the wedding, and I ended up going to this game store nearby because I'm a big D&D game guy. And I went to this game store, and I'm talking to this guy, and, you know, and the guy who's the owner of the store, and he's like, yeah, you know, this happened and that happened, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, then he says, oh, well, you know, you know a lot about D&D and blah blah blah, you should totally play with us. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you should come play with me and my father tonight. Now it turns out that this guy was Gary Gygax's son, who was running that store. And I was like, so you want me to come play Dungeons and Dragons with your dad, who invented the game? He's like, yeah, you know, blah blah blah. So do I do that? No, of course not, because I'm trying to be a good guy, and I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't do that. I should totally do the wedding instead. So I go to the wedding, and then a couple years later, Gary Gygax passes away, instead of going to play D&D, which is what I should have done. But anyway. So fast forward now to a few years ago, and I go back to Lake Geneva, this time as a member of Wellspring Workshop, which is an invite-only novel writing workshop that was being run by an author friend of mine. And he invited me as one of the participants. So we're there for a week, and it's in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And while I'm there, I'm like, you know, I wonder if there's something there. So a few of my author friends and I look around, and we find another game store in Lake Geneva. Turns out it's not the same one. It's fairly new. But the guy knows some of the people that were involved in the original part of it. In this store, yeah, D&D should have won. That's what should have won Fallen, right? But it didn't. Instead, it was the wedding. So I know it, Gray. I know. I should totally turn in my geek card. Anyway... so what was I saying? Yeah, so I go into the store, and it's a small little store, but it's got this. At one point, I'm talking to the guy, and I hear this creak behind me, and I look around, and I see one of the bookshelves with games is starting to move away. One of the bookshelves was a secret door that led to this large room in the back where people could play games, including pick up Dungeons and Dragons. And the guy was like, oh, you should come back and play tonight, because this guy plays pickup games every, you know, whatever it was, Tuesday evening, and he's playing it with, you know, and it's one of the guys who used to play with Gary Gygax all the time. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And so I go out of the store, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's nice that he offered, but you know. So my author friends are like, well, I mean, you're doing it, obviously, right? And I was like, well, no, I mean, that's stupid. Like, I mean, you know, I'm here for the workshop. I'm not here for... They're like, well, yeah, but like, this evening we're not doing anything about, like, the workshop. This evening is just supposed to be relaxing. I'm like, yeah, but I shouldn't do it. They're like, no. You have... Because I had told them the story. And they're like, you have to do this. This is your chance. This is your chance for closure. And I was like, yeah, but they're like, no, we're not even... This is not even a discussion. You have to do this. So I went back that night, and sure enough, I played Pickup D&D with one of the original players that played with Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. It was first edition Dungeons and Dragons. I played in the secret room, like, you know, I played this like ranger, like dealing with this ogre or some nonsense. I don't even know what it was. It was a blast. So I come back from that to the workshop, and everyone's like, so how was it? How they were like all gathered around me because they wanted to know. It was sweet. Like, it was really, really great. It wasn't playing with Gary Gygax. I still never got to do that. But it was playing D&D. Like, there were echoes, you know what I mean? Like it felt similar. And it was in the same town, Lake Geneva. So, and it was the only game store remaining that was there. So anyway, that's my story. I loved it. As a D&D guy, it worked out pretty well. All right, Torino.
I hope that you haven't run into... Is there any...
What are the dangers
Like
of the
many
sub-level?
parts of Dantooine, the sub-level of the Enclave has become infested with
Thanks, man.
creatures.
What's up, Mo?
Large, vicious insects called Lagrex have made the sub-level their home. Several
Lagrex.
salvagers have reportedly been injured or
Night to
killed
Boone.
by
Thanks
the
again for buying the book too, man. Good
Jedi
seeing you, dude.
fare better against the creatures than the salvagers. But Vrook has not returned in some time. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Let's see. Is any work I can do here?
There are plenty of opportunities to assist people in Dantooine. Too many, I'm afraid. I would go to the militia headquarters and make your intentions.
I know, man.
Besides that, just listen and ask around.
On the positive side, there was this really hot bridesmaid that came on to me in the wedding, but I couldn't do anything about it and wouldn't have done anything anyway because, you know, I was there with my, at the time, girlfriend, now wife. Although she was like, oh, you should totally have gone for it and just see what happens. I was like, what? So I guess there was that. But other than that, there was no reason whatsoever to do the wedding over D&D. Just no reason. Oh, welcome back, Neox. Did you get the wasp? Did you make it? Did you successfully destroy the wasp?
To most people in the galaxy, the distinction between Sith and Jedi is a
Fair
blurry
point.
one, especially since most Sith were once Jedi. It is complicated by the fact that Malak and Revan were great heroes of the Republic and famed Jedi Knights. But a few years later, they were leading an armada which threatened everyone. And here on Dantooine, the Jedi Enclave provoked a brutal occupation by the Sith. It could have been far worse, but even now the damage has not been fully mended.
Yeah, but then they moved to they moved to Aruba or something like that, so we never even see them. Yeah, see, exactly, Lake. There you go. You were making me nervous. I'm like, come on now, come on. Then you're like, then you veered off. You're like, but obviously D&D wins. I'm like, okay, good.
I don't think everyone hates Jedi. If just a few people changed their minds or spoke up, it could make a great deal of difference. I think that we need the help of the Jedi. If the Jedi's reputation isn't redeemed, the consequences could be quite regrettable. Until then, I would keep your identity secret.
A little late for that. Is there any work? Let's see. What can you tell me about the people of Dantooine?
Who do you want to know about? There are 3 groups of people on the planet right now. The settlers, salvagers, and the mercenaries.
Of course I do. Yeah, I'm on Mothma. Of course, Neox, indeed I do. Hey, what's up, Baker? How are you, man? Good to see you, dude. Let's talk about the settlers.
Dantooine is one of the younger worlds of the Republic. A couple of generations ago, this world was still untamed. We made great progress, in no small part due to the Jedi. But recently, we have been losing ground. During the war, the most prominent settler families either fled...
What's up, Parker? How are you, man?
Losing their resources...
Night Arctic, good seeing you, dude.
...was too great a loss. But now we are organizing and starting to truly work together. Once we achieve that...
Doing well,
I'm
doing well.
confident that Dantooine can be safe and prosperous again.
You don't seem convinced by that.
No, I suppose I'm not. We need the Republic and always have. We aren't self-sufficient yet and we need aid. The fate of the Telos project is intimately tied to our own. The most humanitarian elements of the Senate have put their careers at stake in the rebuilding of Telos. If those efforts succeed, their prominence will grow and further aid will be given freely. But if they fail, there are colder, more authoritative elements in the Senate that could come to power. They would think nothing of leaving the strategically unimportant worlds to their own devices. That would be a tragic day for Dantooine and many other worlds. The Republic is in flux. Its final shape is uncertain.
I guess that could be Dr. Chakwas. That's a good question. Sounds vague. She is Dr. Chakwas, really? Thorg, is that true? Really? No kidding. Alright, what about these salvagers?
They are a necessary inconvenience. Money has been a great concern to us, ever since the Sandrals and Matalays were removed during the Jedi Civil War. The agricultural exports we produced just cover basic maintenance. To expand and prosper, we needed credits. So we had to exploit a valuable resource we had, the ruins.
It's a good start there, Top.
It was not a decision lightly made, and even then we couldn't do the work ourselves. Too dangerous, and every settler matters on our small world. So we opened the door to enterprising salvagers. The salvagers you see now are the last remnants of that force. The tithe we took from their claims sustains what semblance of government you see now.
Well, she'd be 6 years younger, and, you know, BioWare often reuses their voice actors, obviously, so. Yeah, to a degree, like, I think you're right about that. What are you going to do when the ruins are empty?
We plan on using those credits to improve production and protect our world. We have enough to sustain ourselves until more prosperous times. We tolerate their presence because we must, and they generally follow our laws. But their time is almost over. The Jedi Enclave's sublevel is the only place left with reasonable salvage, and it has too many dangers for them. The salvagers aren't warriors. Generally, they are out-of-work miners or casters from other worlds. Mercenaries have been a problem for Dantooine since the end of the Mandalorian Wars. When the Jedi Enclave was here, they were firmly kept in check. But now, relations are uneasy between us. Their leader, Azkul, was a Sith trooper during the war, and I have no doubt he was very good at his job. Until they find work, tensions will grow. If you want to know more, I suggest you talk with Barun in the militia headquarters. He would have more details.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so it is. No, Zach, what'd you pick up? Well, a lot of people think, Neox, that they've already made KOTOR 3 in the single-player part of Star Wars The Old Republic. That's what a lot of people are afraid of. So, I don't know if that's true, but a lot of people think that's possible. I'll be going now. Okay. Got permission from Dari to go to the Enclave ruins. Secret contact with Jedi Master Rook. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Oh, cool. Cool, man. Good choices, Zach. I like the Shannara series quite a bit, actually. Elfstone, the Sword of Shannara, the Elfstones of Shannara, and there was another Shannara book, another couple of Shannara books, actually, that I don't remember. I remember Elfstones and Sword very well. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no, I don't remember how many are in the series. The ones I remember are those two books. I know there's more than that, but... Okay, let's see. Should go talk to Barun. Oh,
Making a big mistake. There's good reasons for what I did. Barun is gonna get all of Kunda killed. You don't know the whole story.
Well, tell it to me. Alright, let's go talk to him. Barun, and find out what's going on.
Thanks for your support. I've been waiting for some time to get my chance to lead the militia the right way.
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine. We've had enough of it for a lifetime.
9 sets? Oh my god. Well, I lost touch then. I only remember reading about 3 or 4 of the Shannara books. Okay. Oh, that could well be. That could well be top. I remember Al-Anon and those characters. Let's see. I guess I'll go to this. Well, actually, I can't turn in that thing, can I? Or can I? Let's see. All right, let's go to that courtyard. Oh, really? That's interesting. Be interesting to see that as a TV series. You've got Legend of the Seeker. You've obviously got Game of Thrones. So I could see it being up there. Eventually, I think they're going to make a Wheel of Time TV show, you would imagine. Although, without, George Martin is the guiding influence behind Game of Thrones. So, there's that, but... and you don't have that with Wheel of Time because Brandon Sanderson is the guy that would have to deal with it, or Robert Jordan's widow. And I don't think Sanderson... I don't think Brandon's got the time, honestly, to be dealing with that, so... A Xanth TV series. Yeah.